name is Yunuen Vargas Hernandez, and I'm here to explain about what is teaching. Well, first of all, I would like to start by clarifying a doubt that many people have had regarding teachers. To say that nobody is born a good teacher or knows how to teach. There have been many cases of people who know many things, or even they are experts on a specific topic, where there are many mistakes when they are explaining something, and it has nothing to do with a lack of knowledge of that person, but rather with their abilities. The term teach is obviously a verb that refers to one of the most important acts that the human being can perform. Teaching is what allows you to show someone else something. In the strict sense of action, something is taught when it is shown, but in a more abstract or metaphorical sense, the act of teaching is one in which a person transmits knowledge, a value, an attitude to another person. Currently, teaching is closely linked to the educational act that takes place at a school between teachers and students. This act of teaching is limited in most cases to the simple transmission of knowledge, since it starts from the idea that there is someone superior, the teacher, in the relationship, and someone inferior, the student, who must be educated, taught, and molded. This unequal relationship is also hierarchical because it assumes that only the adult teacher can transmit knowledge and actually teach. In addition, the act of teaching is not based on the transmission of values or deeper teachings, but simply blocks of knowledge. But then, it would take into account the aforementioned. So, why is it so important to teach, or in some cases, to teach well? Well, this is so because practically everything we do has to do with the art of teaching. Since we're constantly involved in situations in which we receive some kind of teaching, no matter how insignificant it may be. For example, when a person teaches us their true personality through acts or something related, we're also the ones who constantly teach because with our attitudes, behaviors, ways of thinking, and expressing ourselves, we can represent something worthy or being learned by others. Thus, teaching and the act of teaching are essential in the life of any human being who lives in society. That's why the current world of work is demanding professionals with new skills and soft skills, such as the ability to reinvent themselves. In this sense, especially agree with that the role of teachers will change, since now they must become facilitators and builders of knowledge. And according to information to Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare, in our country there are 2 millions of teachers. More than a half teach in basic education. That is exactly the 70%. The 12% work at the high school level, and the 12% remaining are at the university. The changes apply to everyone. One of the necessary and fundamental pillars of education throughout history are teachers, since they are means through which students can achieve knowledge, through learning, guidance, through their continuous and hard work. Day by day, they share and explain the art of teaching. However, in most of the dynamic society in which we live, in which everything constantly changing, Education has also been modified over the years. New technologies are increasingly invading physical spaces, and a pandemic that keeps us in a state of confinement forces us to modify the way we interact, and therefore also in the way we learn. The role of the teacher is a guide, a mediator, a person who accompanies the student for the instruction of knowledge, both individually and collaboratively. We can locate the role of the teacher from a constructivist model where both the student and the teacher have an active role. The active role of a teacher is very important, where the student is accompanied to recover their previous knowledge, generate new knowledge, and can also develop conceptual, procedural, and institutional knowledge. So, no one has born to be a teacher, but a lot of people have born to prepare themselves to become teachers. Nowadays, it's very important that we have the corrective capacity to learn another people or transmit our knowledge. But if we don't know how to transmit that knowledge, what else can we do? That's why it is important to become a really good teacher in all the cases as possible. Because what kind of world we're going to leave to our kids, the next generations, what we're going to do. That's why it is important to how to teach well. That was all for me. Thank you.